and welcome to an Everyday Canines video. In this episode on Running Contact, we're going to discuss how we get rid of having to have a lure out there with the manners minder, and we change to a thrown toy. So we've done all this stuff with our treat and train because it's a really useful device and it's enabled us to get along. And we discussed in an earlier video why I prefer not to use a thrown toy too early, because it can get the dog to lift their head and miss their contact. But now we're at a stage where our dog is doing this sequencing, and a dog knows that doesn't get rewarded immediately after the dog walk. It knows it has to do something after, it has to do the jump. This means that it's much easier to now introduce the thrown toy. Instead of me having to think about I've got to throw the toy as they're coming down the dog walk to hit there, I can throw it after that jump. So what I'm going to do, I've got my toy. This is a treat and train toy, so it's got food in it. Obviously you might want to use a toy that's just a toy and, you know, whatever. I am not going to be putting it down there, because that's just going to become another lure. I don't want that. I'm going to leave my treat and train out with the pictures, so the picture is the same for the dog, but I'm going to throw this in as the dog is going over that jump. Come on then, Swift. Viva, 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 viva. Run! Go! Good girl, get it! Now, because there was the jump here, I didn't have to worry that the toy was going to take her off the contact. And in actual fact, though she was aiming for the treat and train, she saw the toy land and she went for that. Now, you might do that a couple of times with your dog or more, and then we're going to move the treat and train out of the way. It's still here, but it's out of the way. Ready? Viva, 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 viva. Run! Go! Now, Swift is making that look very easy, but hopefully with you introducing this jump, it should be straightforward, because your dog doesn't have to worry about the contact when that ball is going over its head. It's worrying about the jump. It takes that pressure off the dog to get the contact when there's a big distraction like a toy. You can have this jump set, I've got it set at micro because we're just practicing. Obviously you can then work it up to your dog's full height. When I'm practicing and training in my field, I tend to just play at micro height. She's a medium, but micro height works, it's just a training exercise. I personally find that this stage comes pretty quick once you've got the jump there. Without the jump, it's hard. I struggled to do the transfer. Once I put the jump in, it became easy because the dog has got this other element to take. It doesn't have, you know, it's coming this way. I don't even have to throw while she's on that dog walk. And also, she's not looking back for the reward. She is driving forward. When I used to throw the toy and she was coming down, she'd start to look. Is the toy coming? Is the toy coming? Because I've got this jump, she knows she's got to power over that jump. It takes all these little glitches that can come in running contacts when you're training, it takes them all away just by having one extra jump there. And of course we can mix this up. We can make this a tunnel. We can then start adding in more obstacles, so they've got to do more before they get the reward. It's all these little things. Good girl, good girl. But it reaches the stage now that I never do my contact unless without something there. So that dog has got something to drive to, and then my thrown toy in. And that's really it when it comes to these things. It may take you a little bit longer to get there with your dog, if your dog is very fixated on the treat and train. But honestly, even with Sparrow, who is quite obsessional about the treat and train, this transfers really well. And because we've got the jump, makes a huge difference. And I want all that forward drive happening the whole way. I want my dog to just come straight through. I do not want them looking back. So as soon as you can get to this stage, get to this stage. Do not hang around. Do not faff around going, maybe I'll spend a couple more weeks doing it. No, no. As soon as you can get to this stage, get here. Now you've reached this, now we've got a thrown in toy, we've taken away our lures. Now we can start looking at more complicated things to do with our running contacts, such as distances, different obstacles, and things like turns. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, you might subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you can check us out on Facebook and Instagram, and I hope to see you all again very, very soon.